Hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday. It's Wow Wednesday. So come on in and let's be wowed by each other, by love. Just going right now to see who's here and share it out. Share, share, share. Sharing is caring. Share with a friend, share it on your timeline, and let's get started. Let's get some people in here and have a good time together. Right, so I'm sharing it to some groups right now, and I'm asking for you to do the same. And come on in and check in. Tell me how you're doing today. It's the middle of the week. Uh-oh, I think I froze. There he goes. If I could sing, I would sing to you, but I can't. So you're just stuck with listening to me talk. Okie doke. I think I'm live, but I don't see anybody. So where are you guys? Come on in here. Anyway, when you come in, let's do the heart-brain coherence. So it's hand on the heart. Slow down the breathing. You know how this works. And add in the love. So breathe in deeply. Feel it in your lungs. See if you see color as you breathe it in. Start out your day with a bright ray of color. And then exhale it out, letting go of anything at all that's bothering you. Maybe your to-do list, maybe your to-don't list, whatever it might be. Just breathe in love and breathe out everything else. And then hold in your heart something that you would want to hear said to you. You are beautiful. You are amazing. You are wonderful. You are loved. You are cherished. You are enough, just as you are. And just like that, I open my eyes and I see Joanne. Good morning, Joanne Castrillo. Good morning, Auntie Jean. Grace Isis. Hello, hello. Good morning, Annie. Hope. Thank you, Hope. Thank you for being here. Jennifer Langren. Catherine Kovacs. Hello. Suzanne. Oh my goodness, it's Wednesday. What's your wow? Wow, Wednesday. And y'all know what I say every day. Give me one thing you're grateful for. One thing, one person. It could be a place. It could be an animal. I am grateful for all of you. I love having you in my life. And thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of this family, a family that loves. So, what's that gratitude? Go ahead and type it in there. And I'm going to get to the angel message, which is called Cleansing the Spirit Body. Okay. Thich Nhat Hanh said people usually consider walking on water or in thin air a miracle. But I think the real miracle is not to walk either on water or in thin air, but to walk on earth. When I was going through that period of time in my life where my kidneys had failed and so much uncertainty was present, I tried every day to focus on what I could control. Sometimes I felt frozen in fear, and I would plead with the angels to bring an energy of peace and calm my way. Friends would come by to see me and see what they could do. My family was far away, and I felt their worry constantly. My husband had a full time job and was unable to sit with me for very long in the hospital. He tried to keep things upbeat, but I could see the worry on his face. There was so much unknown. The doctors had very little to offer in answer to my barrage of questions. They had not faced the situation before. They knew how to treat me, but the complicated part of it was the unborn child I was carrying and how to adjust the treatment so she would remain safe. To say that I was overwhelmed is an understatement. Dear angels, the fires of our life can be overwhelming if we are in our heads and not our hearts. We do not always see very clearly when our emotions are pulling us to a lower vibration. What can we do to stay uplifted in the midst of all chaos and confusion that is taking place during a fire we are experiencing? Dear ones, keeping your vibration high is essential to your spiritual well being. Just as you take care of your physical body, you also must pay attention to how you are to how you are feeding and cleansing your spiritual body. Start with taking care of yourself each day, beginning with gratitude. Spend time with people who uplift you and make you feel good about yourself. Positive energy is how you will rise above the challenges that would otherwise hold you down. Stay present in the moment. Worry and anxiety will come when you drift backward or leap forward with your thoughts. Staying in the now can help you feel more grounded and centered and can reduce those feelings of anxiety and stress. Be gentle with yourself. If you are feeling off balanced and overwhelmed, step back, take a seat, and observe what is happening. If you feel you are falling, we are there to catch you. We want your success, dear ones, but more importantly, we want you happy and living the best life possible during the time you are here. To do that, it is essential that you stay in your heart center with all decisions you make every day. You are so loved. Never forget that. In the midst of those struggles and challenges that seem so monumental, remember that only love is real. Come home to love. Dear angels, I promise to stay wrapped in your loving embrace through every storm of life. Those angels, they've got our back. They're there. If you missed the podcast yesterday, Mama Hato Bear and I sat and talked about how the angels have our back, how there've been so many times when it would have been the end for us. That would have been it. She had a tremendous story about something that happened. If she hadn't gotten out just in the nick of time, we wouldn't have our Mama Hato Bear. And there's story after story after story. They're going to go in a book. So if you have a story about miracles that have happened in your life or how angels have been there for you, I want to hear it. And we all want to hear it. That's why I'm doing it the whole month of April on the podcast. Every Tuesday, there's going to be stories. And it's not my phone. I thought it was my phone, but it's not. Um, Jennifer Langren, grateful for your cats. Absolutely. Auntie Jean, I'm grateful for my little black doggie curled up in my lap. Oh, I wonder which one that would be. Ringo, or Harry. Sally, good morning, Sally and Tony. And Jessie says, I was in a different place before you sent the link. Suzanne, weird. Anyway, good morning. Yeah, we're streaming on a few places. We're on we're on my timeline. That's where I think everybody comes in and gathers and sees each other. We're also on YouTube, and I believe we are on Twitter live. Dixie Cunningham. Good morning, Dixie. Oh, honey, I'm so sorry for that loss. Dixie's mom passed away last night. Dixie, we're going to wrap you in our loving arms, honey. You're in the right place. Thank you for being here. We, every morning on Wednesdays, we share the prayer list that's from all of us, anyone who has a loved one that we need to lift up, or if you're who we need to lift up. So we're lifting you and your family today. Grace Isas, my wow, Wednesdays are of wonder. Gratitude for the Holy Week and its reminder. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, our Grace. Jessie, grateful for my cat and my friends. And Sally, I definitely made it through a storm that only the angels could have been present for in my life. Talk about coming out of it all. Those angels, I'm telling you, I'm still just really blown away by some of the stories. Yesterday, Mama Hada Bear really shared a lot of how the angels were so present for her and kept her safe for all of us to have her in our life. I'm so very happy that they did that and that we still have her. And Sally says, Dixie, Tony, and I are so very sorry for your loss. Your mother was a beautiful person, and I always loved her light. She had this calmness to her soul, keeping you in our heart and in our prayers, as well as Peggy and Rihanna. Yes, we're all wrapping our arms around you, Dixie. Thank you for being here this morning and just praying that there is something here that's lifting you up today and soothing you. All right, well, let's hear a message from the Tiny Book before we go into the Peapod prayer list. Suzanne's grateful for family, friends, and doggies. I love your doggies. They're so amazing. All right, so the Tiny Book of Angel Messages. Let's bring a couple of messages from it today. So who wants to give me a number? Sally, today I'm grateful for finding my way out of a lower energy grip to a peaceful vibe. Absolutely. 24. Let's see what page 24 has to offer. Joanne, grateful for my grandson running around my house this morning and asking for a donut. Awesome. And Kathy, the angels also sent Colin positive signs this morning after sincere prayers he said last night. Beautiful. All right. 1, 2, 3. Which number? 3. Thank you, Sally. There is more than one path to arrive at your destination. When you open up to possibilities, the right path will unfold for you to experience more beauty, more miracles, more awe in your life. I always say there's more than one road that leads to home, and it depends on what you want. Do you want the fast road, getting on that interstate maybe where traffic is just going and going and you have to constantly be aware and keep up? Or do you want to take the scenic route? Maybe drive by the ocean or by a beautiful field or a mountain. I love taking the scenic route, and I do it a lot. Instead of taking the fast road, I go and take my time. There was one time, I believe it was in Colorado, when I didn't go on the interstate. I took a back road, and the mountains were so beautiful. And I just was driving along right beside the mountain. It was me and this big truck, and the truck was in front of me, but he was moving really fast. And so I said, okay, I'm just going to lollygag here behind him and take my time just seeing all the scenery. And it was the most amazing day. Just miles and miles of just me and the road and mountains and no other fast moving vehicles to pay attention to that were trying to tell me to get out of their way. Brookie Brook, look at our beautiful one coming in here. How's our little guy? How is Maxwell? And I'm hoping that he's starting to sleep some at night and letting me get some sleep. Sally said the thunderstorms are playing with technology. Well, I'm hoping you're able to stay on when we do our prayer list. Annie 7 wanted something read from page 31, so I'm going to go there and see if any of these are resonating with you guys this morning. All right, so Annie, on page 31, it says, in not hiding or running from your challenges, you are rising above the situation while others may be living in fear and dread. We encourage you, dear ones, to soar in every given moment. Sometimes it will be easy to do, yet sometimes it takes more effort to trust that you are safe and that no matter the outcome, you are willing to face the storm. I think that was the one we were supposed to hear today, Annie, for all of us, but for you especially. And there was one more. Suzanne wanted number 46. So let me go there. Max is wonderful, Brookie says. He's packing on the pounds and growing so fast. And Sally said message 1 did resonate with us. Awesome. I'm so glad. All right, 46. All right, 46 has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 messages. So choose a message on page 46, and let's get this last message read before we go into our prayers. Let me just change the captions. Message 3. Okay, I see you. Okay. So type in your prayer requests so that we can lift each other up today. Message 3 says, as you learn to accept and embrace those who are teaching you the hard lessons, you are moving closer to your true self of unconditional love. Sometimes we make an agreement with others, don't we? They're going to come in and they're going to be what I call the sandpaper in our life. They're going to smooth out those rough edges. They're going to show us something that we need to understand more fully. So if someone feels like always arguing with you or always saying the opposite of what it is that you say, or maybe they're just bringing a lesson that's so hard. You know, I've gone through a lot of those sandpaper times with people in my life, especially exes, and some people that I considered to be friends that turned out just the opposite, that were really creating chaos and disharmony in my life. But those people are serving a purpose. And we had an agreement with them that they were going to come in and they were not going to be so nice. and they were going to help us to understand what it means to be unconditional in our love. Because if we can love somebody that's abusing us, if we can show unconditional love to that person that's tearing us down and lying and um, creating havoc in our life, and we can step back and say, you know what? I love you anyway. I'm not going to get caught up in all your drama and all of your trauma and everything that you're bringing forward to me. I can deflect those arrows by holding unconditional love. That's your defense. That's what brings the positive energy even more fully into your life. And it's because we know who we are. We know we're all connected as part of the oneness. We can do that. Otherwise, we'd be stuck with arrows all the time and bleeding ourselves out and come in and complain, about our bleeding heart and how so and so did so and so. Just love. Just love. Whatever the energy is, whether it's somebody that's really showing you affection and showing you so much love, that's easy to do. Somebody who is against you and showing you another side of love, which is helping you to see it more clearly, it's harder to love them. It's harder to say, I love you, even though you told a lie about me. It's hard to love you, even though you hit me or you tore me down emotionally and mentally. But I love you. I love you anyway because I know that you're playing your part in my movie. You're doing what you said you were going to come here to do. And I just pray for you and thank you. Thank you for playing your part that helped me to get closer to who I truly am as an unconditional loving being. So it's really hard to do, you guys. It is not easy in this human experience to step away from those human emotions. And the first thing we want to do is defense, right? We want to defend ourselves when somebody's attacking, whether they're attacking physically, mentally, spiritually, or emotionally. But the very best thing we can do for ourselves and for all of us is to just step back, hit the pause button. I use that a lot, and I encourage you to use it as well. If something is happening and it's not so pleasant in your life, you have choices. We make choices every moment, we make decisions every moment. And that decision may be okay, I'm going to weather this storm with ease and grace. I'm going to go into whatever is showing itself to me as something not so pleasant. And I'm going to say, you know what? I'm standing in my high vibration. It looks like the sky is falling down. It looks like everybody in the world has just gone bananas right now and hating on each other. There's criticism and judgment everywhere. But I'm going to hit the pause button because I don't want to get wrapped up in that storm. I don't want to get caught up in the tornado. And I know how destructive that can be. So it's being emotionally intelligent. So what's your emotional intelligence quotient, your EQ? And are you able to step back? That's showing the intelligence. If you're allowing yourself to get caught up in the storm and caught up in that swirl of energy that doesn't feel so good, then you're just going to end up not getting the lesson. That's all. You're just going to end up repeating and repeating and repeating and never fully getting the lesson that's there. People who come into our lives to challenge us are there for that purpose, for us to grow, for us to experience, for us to know deep inside who we truly are. And it's uncovering that inside of us. Good morning, Catherine DeSante. Thank you for being here. Leo, good morning and happy Wednesday to you. Mama Hada Bear was talking about you, so you better get in here. Catherine DeSante, I need prayer. Well, we absolutely will lift you in prayer, darling. And we have our Dixie Cunningham. I already passed your message, but lifting Dixie up in the loss of her mom last night. Ricky and Josie, good morning. And Suzanne says, thank you for the reminder, Teri. Yeah, we all need to remind each other that we're here to love, nothing else. Only love is real. So the more love we show, the more we're going to grow. And that rhymes, doesn't it? I love that. Let's um let's use that as our motto. The more love we show, the more we're going to grow. So somebody type that in. I think that's pretty cool. Brookie says Maxwell is starting to sleep for an hour or two throughout the night, every other couple of nights. So he's slowly transitioning. Awesome. Janet Byron, good morning. And Sally says, I think I'm going through those unconditional loves right now. And boy, those are not easy ones to get through. It's not. It's really not easy. Nobody said it was going to be an easy life. And when we chose to come here in this human bodysuit to have these experiences, we knew that. So our subconscious is aware that, yeah, there's going to be those moments when we just want to say, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to be here going through this fire. This hurts and my feet hurt. There's hot coals. But you know what? We can do it because we decided to do it. And Sally said, it sounds good. Your trauma is not my drama. And then love the energy away. Absolutely. And Suzanne is like loving a cactus. I love that one too. Yes, it is. Have you ever given a cactus a hug? Yeah, that could be painful. Good morning, Prachetta. And Sally said, that's what I've been telling people. They are supporting actors in the movie that we received the starring role in, and they are only there to support us in our lessons that we signed up for. And, we can't change anybody's script. We came here on purpose for lessons that we're living. If we try to go in and remove lines out of our script or change the direction, you're not doing anybody any favors. That person needs all of those experiences, every one of us. We needed every experience we had as we brought ourselves right to this point where we are right now. Blue Jean, I'm so glad you're here. Blue says, that's my defense. I tell everyone, just because you invited me into chaos doesn't mean you should go. Yeah, emotional intelligence. Do I want to go into that storm? Do I want to go into that tornado? I think not. I think I'll stay in my happy place. Oh, Prachetta, thank you for being here, sweetheart. I love you so much. And Jessie says, wow, that was why I'm here today. Thanks, Teri. Every morning when we come in, the angels are here. Kuan Yin's here, loving on us and sharing with us. And it's just a time together to be uplifted and to love on each other. Brookie, please pray for my Aunt Billy's family as she has left this plane. I'm so grateful for my time with her last winter. She was the sweetest little lady I'll ever meet. Oh, let's love on your Aunt Billy's family right now and love on you, Brookie. I know that's a tender time when you've lost someone that's so dear to you. So lifting you up and your family up. And Sally says our lives will not be understandable if we remove lines from our script. Absolutely. That's how we wrote it. That's how we decided to come here and have those experiences. All right, so any other prayer requests, go ahead and type those in. We've had a few that have lost family members, those that went on to their spirit body. They're not lost at all. They're just lost to us in the physical. So lifting up the families that now have that hole in their heart where there was a physical body that they could hug and talk to and call up on the phone. You have to dial a different number now because they're in a different location. That's all. That's all that is. Just envision that they went into another room and you can't see them in that room. The door is closed. So you have to talk through the wall. And you can do it so easily. Just reach out, just speak, and you'll see they're right there. All right. I'm going to get our prayer list together here. So give me just a moment to do that. The area code is 222. I love that, Auntie Jean. All right. I love that. So when you're talking to your loved one in spirit, you dial 222 first, and the angels will surround you and lift your voice such that your loved one can hear you with your heart speaking to them. I love that. You're so beautiful, Auntie Jean, our mountaintop guru. We love you so much. Catherine DeSanti, please pray for my husband Peter as he tries to accept he needs to be in a care facility going forward. We certainly will, Catherine. And lifting you up. This is a tough time for caregivers when you have to watch your loved one and know that you've done all you can do. And now they need to be in a place where they can get the care that's necessary for them. So lifting you, Catherine, and loving you, wrapping our arms around you, darling. Okay, let's get to the pea pod. This is for all of us. We are peas in a pea pod. We have similar thoughts and beliefs, and we're fed by the same source, which is our Creator. So we're asking the Creator to look on all of these. And is somebody that you place there, someone that you forward to ask us to lift up. And hello, dear Julie Kiss. We're praying for peace on earth. We're praying for an end to human trafficking. We want to pay attention to that. And we're praying for our beautiful earth plane, our Mama Gaia. Oops, I think I have the wrong one. So let me get out of this and go find the right one because I changed it so I could read it. And while we're waiting, if there are more prayer requests, just go ahead and type those in, please. All right, here we go. This is the right one. We can actually see the names now. On the other one, it was hidden by some of the wording on the screen. So just remember every name is someone that you've placed there. And let's lift up your loved ones. Prachetta, Prachir and Goofy, Aunt Mina and Neil, Nivriti, Jasmine and her daughters and her mom, Abha, Billy and Tim and the family, especially Brian, Sheila and Kevin and her family, Gary, Donnie, David, Kevin, and Holly Langford, Loretta and Cecil Boone and their family, Joanne Castrillo, her husband John and their family, especially her daughter Jackie, and grandson Eris, who's with her today, Deirdre and her daughter Danya, and Thump the cat, Deirdre's sister Steph and husband Bob, Adriel, Joni and Viola, Tia Frenetti, Mickey, Suzanne Millard and her family and her daughters and granddaughter, Jacob, Marietta, and Ed Stoner, and good girl Pearl and Mr. Wiggles, and they're all on sweet dreams right now, going through those waterways. Raquel and Claude's family, Leo Harley and family, Lakshmi, Ken, Jebby, Jim and son, Ryan, Rick and Josie, Tom and Mary, Tammy Williams, Meg and Jim Lorio, Auntie Jean and Ron Lorio, Christina and Carrie Leftwich and family, Mary Lou Burdick and her family, Catherine and Michael Kovacs, your family and your fur babies, Rosalind Good Vibes, Sally and Tony De La Rosa and Rose De La Rosa, Sally Harper, Kathy and Bob Hand and family, especially Colin and Marlena, Bo and Candy Han, Michael, Patty, Sonia, Paul and Marlene, Joe and his wife, Pat Moss, her daughters and grandchildren, and her sister, Becky LaFave and her son, Erica Hoppy and family, Corinne, Charlie Coons and his family, especially his brother and sister-in-law, Hope Wellington Marshall, and Zena, and Hope's parents, Winston and Cynthia, Trey Horn, Andrea Gregg, Catherine, Eric, John, Tatiana, Annie Seven, and Grayson and Adam, Cassandra and Destiny Ortega, Luz Orsini and her grandkids and her sister, Christine Lewis, Gail and Nick Zimmerman, Jennifer and Micah Langren, Oksana and her mom, as well as Amber, Jenna, Katia, Maximus and Max's teacher, Herb, Caitlin and Aunt Gail, Isabel and Paul Reese and their daughters Inesh and Teresa, Beata and her daughter Juliana, Linda and Dick Lemieux and her sons and grandchildren, Linda's friend in Sarasota, Stacy and Josh Lord and their children and grandchildren, and her mom's going through a really hard time right now, so please lift her up. Mary Lord, Buster, Wayne, Blue Jean and Dave and all the fur babies, Pocky, Gruff, Whizzy Bee, Blue, Lulu, and Gizmo, Dolly the horse, Chance the horse, Pam Moore's family, Lindsay, Aunt Inga, Rose Sermon, Gary McCorkle, Brookie and your family, and Dylan and baby Maxwell. And I don't know why, Brookie, but I'm here to pray for your mom today. So I hope she's doing well. The Girardis, Jeanette and Ernie, Sean, Lillian in Norway and all of her family, Kathleen Caputo, Iris, baby Wyatt, and baby Wyatt is doing good, is what Kathleen shared with us yesterday, and Wyatt's mom, Katie, baby Haven and mom, Mandy, Kat, Steve, Candy and Pastor Bruce, the Deerfield Valley in Vermont, Captain Corey and his mom, Pixie, Alba, Dottie and Don, Grace Isis and her family in Kenya, Raymond, Darren Walker, Arthur Thompson, Karen Palmer and her family, Vicki King, Elaine Armstrong, Elena, Marianne, Henrik and Lorraine, Tammy Fisk and her daughter and her sister Tracy, and Tammy's sweet grandson CJ, Lori, Kelly, Rochelle Martinez and her mom Rose, Stephen, Catherine, Ruth Anderson and her family, and her sister-in-law Sharon, Diane Bertut, Jeannie and her sister Merle in Boulder, Colorado, and the whole area of Boulder going through so much again. Deb Goldberg and family, Michelle, Crystal and Dean Nobles and her family, Laura Hill, Julia Osborne, Sharon Rhea and family, Sherry Gatewood and her brother-in-law, Hanaya Hummingbird, Tammy Hill and family, Phil B., Lynn Gallagher, Terry Wilderman and her father, Mary Crincoli and her friends here in Florida, Irene and Eduardo. Oh, excuse me. Eddie Quills, Jose, Michael Murdoch, Jessica, Fidel, Camilla and Nick in Australia, Lynn Andriozzi, Frank, Albie, Viola, Kenneth, Bobby, Mansi, Kamal, Maddie, Akil and the Pakistan Orphans, Yuri, Scott, Letitia, Mary, Joseph, James, Drake, Alicia Burns, Pam Dite, Kimberly, Ellen, Sue Seekoff and Richard, Terry Gilstad, Chiara, Marissa, Allie, Bree, Claudia, Marianne Pish and family, Cassandra and Danny Gary, Lenny, Rick Gulfick, John Thaddeus Fiore, Kuka Carney and her family, Sharon Boyle and Zoe, Carol Fisher, Deborah, Violet, Walter, Brookie's Aunt Jeannie, Shelley, Sue and grandchildren, Carrie's niece Laura, Maggie's mom, Freddie, which I believe is your uncle, Julie Kiss. He's about to transition to the other side, so let's lift Freddie up. Bradley Capone, Andy, Amanda Summer, Robert Dosa, Miles and Sarah, Debbie Carol Hawks, Carl, Brutus the dog, Augie the dog, Chris Blake, Dante, Jerry, Kaylee, Trevor Jordan, Richard Weber, Charlotte Abrahams, Michelle Landers and her family, especially her son Alan and her daughter Alicia, Keegan and Wyatt Linder, Barbara Kaufman McGillicuddy, Irina, undergoing hip surgery. I think she had the surgery yesterday. Kathleen, if you're here, please let us know that she's doing all right after that surgery. Bill Cutrone, who's also having surgery. Joanne McConnew, Whitney, Jude Dalton, Karen Gibbons and daughter, Matt, James Schultz family, Julie Kiss and her mom Cynthia, Linda Kiss, Courtney, Linda, Ryan, M, Pat, Sophia, Aaron Parker, Angelica Campamans, Sunny and Hunter Floor, Peggy, Claire, Carrie Klingon Butcher and her family, Brian Hughes, Pat O'Connor, Zoe Charles, and Brookie, do you have an update on Zoe? Erica Fagels. Kathleen says Irina's surgery is tomorrow. Okay. And Sally's under a tornado watch that's supposed to go on all day, on and off. All right. Well, we're lifting up your area in Michigan, Allergan, Michigan. All right. Yolanda, Shelby Barnes, Robin Waters Dykes and her mom Jewel, Joey, Joanne and Leo, Sam, Matt, Charles and Nita, Yusha, Nancy Berdowski, EC, Shelley and Terry Newman, Iris, Jen and Norm, Keith, Joe H., Ollie the Cat, Marisol Soto, Cassie, Deborah, Tyler, Chad Ehlers and daughter Mia, Dick Waters, Milton Carbajal, Sharon, Tomas Diaz, Cameron, Boris Softman, Jacqueline Carbajal, and David Reiger, Solby Barnes, Odd Barnes, Gunn Ellen Sundahl, Vita Hammond, Maria Mitchinson Higman Simpson, Sam, which is Suzanne's dog, Lisa Jo Davis, Jordan, Lydia, Benedita, Rebecca Seward Rickerson, Matt, Anjali Bahaj, Juliette Herman, Paula Graca, David Brett, the Rowland family, Colleen, Dellen Hickson, C. Megan Michaels family, Richard Barnes, Cole Grayson, Joe Briscoe's family and friends. Oh, there's your Uncle Freddie, Julie. I'm sorry, I thought it was the other one. Julie's Uncle Freddie, and please lift up that whole family. Robert Wallington, Sally's son-in-law, and his sons, Ben and Joe, JT, John Thomas, Francis Navin, Shanna, Danielle Riverin and her family, Annie's Aunt Carol, Andrea's Aunt Esther Ann, Chris and Natika, Christine and Ed, Charlie, Isaac, Jonathan and Eddie, Barbara and Diane, who are sisters, Kim, Peter and Catherine DeSanti, and Mary Jane in Vermont. So if we need to add you to our list, just let us know that. Type it in the comments, and you'll be on our big prayer list that we pray every day for all of you. And on Wednesdays, we review who all's on that list and get any updates from you. So if you have anything to share about any person on the list or about yourself, and you need to be on the list, if you're not, then let us know that. Hello, Carmo. Thank you for being here this morning. I'm so glad you found the morning show. Okay, so let's go into our hearts. Take a deep breath in. And let's pray this prayer together. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. And where there is sadness, joy. It's our prayer going up to the divine that every name spoken, every person who held these names in our heart are heard, seen, acknowledged, and that the light comes on each request, that each one is seen and answered for the best and highest good of all. We don't know what's the best outcome, so we lose the attachment to the outcome, and we offer all of these prayers up to the divine, asking for God, our Creator, to just see each one. And if miracles take place where there's an improvement in a situation, thank you. If they move on and transition to their spirit self, thank you. Whatever comes forth as we lift up these prayers, we leave it in the hands of the divine, and we ask our beautiful, beautiful divine mother to just hold us all through whatever happens, whatever takes place with our loved ones. Let us have trust. Let our faith increase in the divine. And we ask all of this, asking for Jesus and his blessing and his touch in all of our lives. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And every day we say, I thank you, I love you to each other. It's our heart telephone. So we say that on the count of 3, 2, 1. Thank you. I love you. And Jean L'Oreal, I see your message. Thank you. I know I went back through the, let me turn this off. I went back through the comments on cuppas and tried to find all the ones that I had missed, but obviously I missed some. So Auntie Jean's going to send those to me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And we have Sally says, Robert Wallington is doing better. He's holding on, still going through his rehab. My mom is still holding on and asking for prayers for my granddaughter as she travels down to go see my mom through all these bad storms that are rolling around. And Kathleen says there's another request for Carol Caruso. I'll make sure that one's on our list going forward. And I see all of your beautiful, thank you, I love yous. Thank you, Sally. And thank you, Julie Kiss. Thank you, love you, Ricky and Josie, Jennifer, Kathleen Caputo, Mama Hot Bear, Brookie Brooke. Thank you, I love you. And Suzanne, Auntie Jean, our Hope Wellington Marshall, and Zena, Catherine DeSanti. Oh, thank you all for being here. Stay in your hearts. Stay blessed. I love you so, so very much. I hope you have an amazing Wednesday. Make it a wow Wednesday. Make it something special that you're going to remember going forward, and get all of those memories of you and your loved ones, and leave that legacy of love in your life as you love unconditionally, no matter what's being shown right in front of your face. You have a choice in how to respond. Respond with love and just lift each other up on this earth plane. It's my desire that we have peace on earth, and the way to do that is keep loving, keep sharing the love out there, and make it a domino effect where your love affects somebody and their love affects somebody, and on and on and on it goes. So have a blessed day, and namaste, y'all. I will see you later. I'll be back in about an hour to do meditation excavation with Dr. Ruth Anderson this morning. Hope you can tune into that.